What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Woodshed, and today we're going over Town Hall 17, everything you need to know, and my predictions for how Town Hall 17 will play about. Let's go ahead and get into it. Welcome back to the Woodshed. You guys heard me right. Today we're going over Town Hall 17. I was originally going to do a first impressions video, and then I started recording it, and then I realized that it's basically me telling you everything you need to know about Town Hall 17 and my predictions to it, as far as metas will shake up, what my thoughts are on it, and I realized that it wasn't very coherent, was very off topic, so we're just going to do this instead. So first of all, we're going to go over everything that Town Hall 17 has to offer and all the new stuff in this update. We'll go over that first, and I'll show you guys around my base here at the Woodshed. So we're going to go over everything that has come out. And then we'll get into some replays, and I'll talk about what I think about the meta is going to be for Town Hall 17 and how everything's going to kind of play out, my initial thoughts on it, and then we'll go into some replays while we're doing that. But first, I'm going to show you this around the base. First and most importantly, we have Town Hall 17 in its own right, in all of its beauty right here. So, the thing you need to know about Town Hall 17 is it actually merges a weapon with the Town Hall. So, you'll notice I have no more Eagle Artillery. They merged the Eagle Artillery with the Town Hall, making the Town Hall a little bit stronger. And what it does now is it actually shoots out 4 individual fire bursts, similar to like a lava launcher, and drops a mini poison spell, essentially, causing some kind of burn damage. Now, it doesn't have the same radius that the Eagle Artillery does, and it doesn't also have the bomb inside of it anymore. So there is no explosion or anything once the Town Hall explodes. And you're going to say, man, that sounds like you kind of nerfed the Town Hall. What they do with it, they actually added the bomb as a separate trap called the Giga Bomb. Has 3 levels, I believe, and it is a gigantic bomb that also has a giant push effect to it. No matter the troop, I believe you'll see the Giant and the Dragon actually get pushed back. I don't know about heavier troops like the P.E.K.K.A. and stuff like that haven't been moved in previous updates. I don't know how that works exactly. The Giga Bomb, of course, going to be something new that's just coming out. So, Town Hall weapon. We got the new trap. So, what else is going to be new? So, the next biggest thing is going to be the Hero Hall. What is going to be different about the Hero Hall? Well, for one, it's where you can mess with everything for your heroes all in one building. But, on top of that, we got a new hero. The Minion Prince. So, the Minion Prince come out. He's a air-based troop. He currently has 2 abilities. One, which is called a Henchman Puppet, and it basically just spawns 2 little mini versions of himself, or beefed up minions, however you want to look at, to just tank some damage for him. They also cause some damage, of course. So that's like similar to the Barbarian or the Archer Puppet. Very, very similar. And then he also has the Dark Orb. The Dark Orb, what that does is actually basically gives you a very small amount of damage, but a nice big slowdown, kind of like the Frozen Arrow does for the Archer Queen, to a wide berth in front of it. So, pretty cool hero. Not super tanky, not like the King is at least, but he is still a relatively tanky hero. 4,100 hit points versus, of course, 12,000. Jesus Christ, not even close. But more so than a Queen. I thought he was going to be a little higher hit points than that, but also they are almost max. He is basically max for like a Town Hall 15, I think is how that's described. I think his max level is 90. The way they did it when he come in is whatever the previous Hero Hall level was, so the previous Town Hall max level will be what level you'd get the Minion Prince at. So I was a Town Hall 16, naturally. I was at max Town Hall 16 when the update come out. So I got a max Town Hall 15 Minion Prince. So I believe he can go all the way up to 90 is max for Town Hall 17. But he's really cool. I think he'll be really cool in the meta, but we'll go over that in some of the replays when we go in a little bit later. There's also a new troop. The new troop called the Thrower. So the Thrower is a ranged ground attack, very similar to the Bowler, except that he has a longer range and there's no push through like the Bowler's balls do. So he has a longer range, which is really nice. He'll actually be paired really well with spam attacks like Yetis, I imagine. Or somebody who likes E-Titans and they can find a little bit of room to put a few throwers in there. They're going to be great for funneling. They'd also even be good in like a Super Archer Blimp kind of setting. I don't know that they'd be as good as the Archers, but because they're so much tankier, 1,800 hit points, and this is only level 1, They are very, very good at something like that. Not as good as the archers value-wise, but much safer, right? So that's a pretty cool thing, right? New troop. Now we'll go into the new defenses. You guys keep seeing me look down. I have everything written out so I don't forget anything. New defenses. This is the Fire Spitter. So what's the Fire Spitter do? It is supposed to be the replacement. There's two of them. This is the signature defense for Townhall 17 as of right now. So this is kind of the replacement for the Eagle. Not quite, but it does have a nice long range, kind of like the Eagle did. So what this is it's a flamethrower that shoots a whole lot in a very little time span. It is pretty beefy. You can see at level 1, it's only 4,500 HP. But it shoots a lot of little fire pellets really fast in a general direction. It's not hit scanned like the Archer Towers or Cannon. It's not guaranteed to hit. Which is why you'll actually see, even though it's shooting the balloons in front of it, some of these are actually taking damage. So it's a spread, like the Air Sweeper. That's the best way I could describe it. And you also have to pick the direction for it like the Air Sweeper. You can see the red outlines right there, and I'm rotating it. Although it only rotates in 4 degrees instead of 8 like the Air Sweeper does, right? So we've gone over the new troop and the new defense. Now we have a new spell that we need to talk about. The new spell is one I actually haven't unlocked yet because I don't think it'll be all that useful, but it's called the Revive spell. So for those of you who like to do hero dives, this actually might be really cool for you. What the Revive spell is you place it down on a hero. You see they have a little heart over their head when they go down, and it brings them back to life completely. Very similar to the Phoenix, but at a certain percentage of their health based on the level of your Revive spell. I believe it's 75% at max. It's either 70 or 75%. But brings them back, totally back at whatever level that is. You can even save your abilities off of that. I don't know that that's that useful that way. I think this will be something more that people play around with and don't try super seriously with. But I do think for those of you who like hero dives and like to troll around with your heroes, that'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, that's a pretty cool one, right? On top of that, we also do have the where was my laboratory at? What did I just do with you? Whatever, we'll just do it this way. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. So, new hero levels. Not new hero levels, obviously new hero levels, but new troop levels. Giant wall breaker. Wall breakers is going to be something you definitely want to do, especially if you're somebody that uses super wall breakers. Wizards got it. Dragons got it. Electro dragons, baby dragons, dragon riders. Of course, there's 3 levels to the thrower. The lightning spell and the heal spell also got a new level, along with the recall, the minion, and the battle drill, which I don't know that a lot of people use. I don't know how much the battle drill will get love out of that, but they all got new levels. And lastly, well, there's some new levels on defenses too, right? Like your air defenses have a new level, wizard towers get a new level, some things along those lines, right? You got a couple new traps, storages get a new level, right? Bomb towers apparently go up a level. I didn't even realize that. Multi-archers and ricochet cannons get to go up another level. And man, look at some of these aesthetics though. Man, that looks nice. I think that's pretty cool. And last but not least of all the things they've done, they've now added a helper hut. Now you're going to say, Woodshed, what's going on? What is this little icon? What's this little guy over here? So this guy is your lab assistant. So he's the same thing as your builder's apprentice, but for the laboratory. So he can actually help take, I think he goes up to 12 hours. So you can take a half a day off every day if you spend the money to max him out. He's pretty cool. Oh, he actually even added, that's a cool little thing. I don't think that was in there before. So they took the Builder's Apprentice out of the Town Hall and gave him his own little building. And actually shows you the total time he's saved. But on top of that, you can actually set it up when you go to upgrade something to leave it on that. So when he comes off of cooldown in 18 hours and 41 minutes, he's automatically going to go back to that elixir storage. And he's going to immediately put down another 8 hours on it and then go back to sleep. I think that's a huge, huge, huge quality of life thing. That's going to look so small, but be so useful, especially for people like us. Huge fan of something like that, right? And I do believe that is it as far as the actual stuff they've changed. They have, of course, now for some of these things, right? When these level up, they'll actually have... not these, well, these ones actually do too. They'll have superchargers, but the old superchargers aren't going to be tired just yet. They haven't got new levels, and they probably won't until the next Town Hall. If they do, maybe it'll be in later in Town Hall 17. But we're not going to worry about that now. So now let's go into what's going to happen to the meta. So now we're going to talk about the meta and what I personally think is going to happen. So this feels to me very reminiscent of Town Hall 15 when Town Hall 15 first came out. Where, not in the sense where everything felt harder. Not in that sense necessarily, right? but more so in the sense of how bases are going to be laid out now. So what's going to end up happening, I think, is I think a lot of bases are going to be anti-air bases specifically, because I think with the Eagle gone, I think air bases are going to be a lot stronger. Because there's just not going to be. I don't feel like the fire spitters do enough to make up the damage for them. If I'm going to be completely honest, for the lack of an eagle, and I don't think the Inferno artillery makes up for it. And so the reason I think air attacks will be so cool is I think super archer blimps like this that can now just drop directly on the town hall are going to have so much more value to give, right? And now there's no longer 3 buildings you have to worry about. It's 2 of them. So a lot of people who are used to putting the monolith on the outside, like in this corner, for example, where they used to, and the town hall would be down here, and then the eagle would be up here. You take away one of those options, and on a lot of bases like this where they're getting stuck close together, I think it'll be very reminiscent of Town Hall 15 in terms of how bases are laid out, where everything's anti-air or anti-Hydra, anti-Electro Dragon, anti-Super Archers. I do think we'll see a lot more of the anti-3-star bases, which I don't know how they'll work at Town Hall 17, to where you see a Town Hall normally put around the outside and kind of try and urge people to go for the safe 2-star as opposed to a committed and hard-pressed 3-star. I don't know that that's 100% what will happen, but that's what I would imagine will happen. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards and what I see a lot of people going for. And the people that get their Town Hall centralized like this, I think give up too much value now. So I think this will be a very Town Hall 15-like meta as far as base building and construction goes. But only time will tell, right? We're a week or two, not even 2 weeks, into the new update, so we don't know exactly how the new hero is going to play out and how strong he's going to end up being when he's max level, what pets are good on him, what comps to use him in. We don't know just yet. But what we do know is that it seems like the Minion Prince is going to be a good answer for the Barbarian King in a lot of air raids, right? Barbarian King wasn't super useful. He wasn't useless in air attacks, but he only had such a purpose, right? And now with the Minion Prince, you don't have to worry about that. He's a purpose. He's a fantastic support. I do think he's going to take the place of Barbarian King pretty easily, too, if I might add. And honestly, the meta, it seems almost easier to attack a Town Hall 17 than a 16. For when they come out. I don't think it's easier to attack a Town Hall 16 over a 17, because I think the new levels make it too easy to attack a Town Hall 16 at this point. I think the Minion Prince is a great addition. I think we're gonna have to see how he gets balanced out, if he gets nerfed, if he gets buffed a little bit. I don't imagine he'll get nerfed, or he'll get buffed, I apologize. I think he's actually a really good troop. I just don't know if he'll be too strong and they'll end up needing to nerf him. But we'll find out in due time, right? But I am concerned that the fire spitters are too weak to make up for the lack of an eagle artillery being able to cover the whole base. I am mildly concerned about that. But I do think Town Hall 17 will be good for the game. I think the aesthetic to it looks really nice. I think it's fun to play. I've had a blast playing it so far. I've had no complaints. It shakes up the meta too a little bit, which is what I think Supercell wanted to do, was they wanted to change how the meta was going to be. And you can definitely tell this is changing it up a little bit, right? Mainly because because the way the new Town Hall fires, it makes it to where most people would normally drop a Super Archer Blimp, which wasn't super common in Town Hall 16. You're now not able to, because that's where the Inferno artillery tends to hit. But you can drop on a Town Hall now, which is so weird, especially for somebody like me who was such a Super Archer Blimp player. It's so weird and so wild to see the difference like that, right? But I think that was intentional design by them, right? So good on Supercell for that. I'm not even going to worry about showing you guys another replay. I'm just going to keep talking, because that's about the size of it. And they actually did a cost reduction on walls. Walls for Town Hall 17 are actually cheaper than they were when Town Hall 16 walls come out. So I think that's pretty nice. I like that as a guy currently going through the wall grind. They only give us 100 walls to do, which is a little sad, but that's okay. I already got down. I'm down to 77. So we'll keep working on it, though. I do think this is a good thing overall for the game. I'll just be very curious to see how it gets balanced going forward. I do think trophies will skyrocket. I do think trophies will be a lot easier to get all of a sudden for the higher end players. But we'll see. And let me know what you guys think. Let me know if I'm crazy, if that's just me, if maybe that's a shared thought. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure you like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see in the future. And I appreciate your guys' support. Thanks, everybody.